Alright, part of these videos that I've decided to upload in one day and schedule for throughout the week, we've got probably one of the most overrated pieces of bagged, cheap vacuum junk that you could probably ever have. Of course, I am talking about the bagged Bissell Powerforce, specifically the 3522 lineup. This is one I bought for $20, I think actually $25, at a estate sale with the Eureka Maximo 4700D, if anyone remembers that thing, the one with the bottom open dustbin. And this, of course, traditional Bissell fashion, has a broken handle release, and the brush roll was pretty stiff. I slapped in a different brush roll to see if that changed anything. Didn't really do much, considering that the old brush roll didn't really clean up much of anything. There actually is a slight improvement in agitation, but it's not like comparable to that. It's more comparable to like a shark. I've decided to spend a little extra cash and put in a HEPA filter so that it would filter better. I don't know if all these tools are original, but it has a full set of tools. And I had a HEPA bag in this, but I guess I don't have a bag in it right now, so I'm gonna go get one. Alright, I got the last of one of these cheapo Arm & Hammer Walmart exclusive Bissell Style 7 bags. If you notice, this bag compartment has a lot of flour in it, because if you remember any of that vacuum challenge stuff from like a year ago, where I compared this to a bunch of other machines and compared the cleaning performance and found that this was jack of all trades for cleaning, or, well, jack of all trades is a master of none, but it's better than a master of one, so this really didn't do much for cleaning up flour. The original bag that was in it, which I think was a universal filtry 3M Bissell style 1, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sort of thing. That bag fell off and let a bunch of flour out and stuff. So that wasn't fun to deal with, like, at all. I'm not gonna blame that on the machine yet, but if it happens with this, then I'm probably just gonna blame it on her. Relatively loose fit, to be honest. This vacuum originally came with some like 3M EnviroCare HEPA bags for these. It was either for these or the Hoover type Y bags, which are basically the same thing, relatively. And, which those were good. I think I have those in my wind tunnels right now, but other than that, that's what used to be in there. Sure. Alright, sorry for the interruption. Stuff about allergy meds, because you know me. So, it originally had a HEPA bag in it, which proved to be pretty useful, but then I got, I think it was the Wind Tunnel Deluxe. So I took the bag out of this and put it in one of those universal bags. And then I put that HEPA bag in the Wind Tunnel Deluxe. So, if you know me, you know I'm not a big fan of Bissells, like, at all. And this one in particular, because, you know, you have a bunch of, like, younger enthusiasts or kids or people that are just starting out, which you always start out with something like a Bissell Powerforce because it's the cheapest option. But they say that they're the best vacuums ever, which I wholeheartedly disagree. because this thing is really pathetic. This thing was out-cleaned by a Dyson, a Hoover, a Eureka, another kind of Dyson, and another kind of Eureka, which I think is really stupid, because if you lose to a Dyson, then that's just sad. It's very flimsy, very cheap. Of course, it was the cheapest vacuum you could buy back in the day. These are made. This particular one, I think, was made 2006. So it's a year older than me. It's 17 years old, and oh my god, I regret getting this thing so much. The suction power and the airflow is really bad, which doesn't surprise me. Its cleaning performance was below what I expected for it. I expected it to be relatively good. I was like, maybe I could use a cheap, lightweight vacuum. I could throw some HEPA bags and a HEPA filter in there, and it'll filter decently. But, in traditional Bissell style, it just failed to impress. Of course, a lot of people were mad about how I said this thing was worth literally nothing in terms of cleaning. But I'm just like, sucks to suck, because these things really aren't worth a crap. They were like $40, and that's pretty much what you get for a $40 machine. Something that cleans like crap. I will say one advantage that this has compared to other machines is that it is relatively quiet. You don't see a lot of motors going back on the bagged models, because even though the usually paper bags are using them, they're a lot better than some of the bagless designs in terms of keeping stuff out of the motor. But of course, the bag quality is still there. I have thought about buying a new brush roll for this to see if that'd do anything, but I've already think I've wasted enough time on this thing enough. It's probably just gonna sit in the basement and collect dust. I might replace the handle release pedal, clean it up again, maybe get rid of some of the scuff and paint marks, and then just like turn it around and sell it, because I really don't need this thing anymore, considering how disappointed I was with its lack in cleaning abilities. So yeah, well, let's get this thing running for you so you can see how well it does, which it doesn't do well at all, but the hose does do that, which is nice, but it still has relatively crappy suction and airflow, but that's what you get with a Bissell. Some people will get mad at me for saying this, but this is probably one of the worst things I've ever bought. It really was not to the expectations that I had for it. It's just really not worth it. So while I wrap this up, I'm probably just gonna leave you with this. A Eureka at the time would have definitely been a better choice, like the contour, the low and light speed stuff. Like, this was just meant for people who didn't have enough money for an actual good vacuum. As you all know, Bissell is the cheapo brand, and the stuff they're putting out, especially nowadays, is kind of pathetic. But this was back when they were slightly better. And it just, in today's world, it's not it's not worth anything. These are getting more scarce to come along. They're getting more harder to find, and at this point I probably think it's a good thing, because they aren't worth much of anything. You could make it filter good with HEPA bags, but for cleaning it doesn't really do that good. So only good things about these are they're easy to take apart and service, unlike some higher end stuff like Sharks or Dysons. These were, maintenance friendly, but cleaning, you are better off with something else, that's for sure. Alright. Well, I'm Jack's Facts and Safety, signing off. I'll see you all in the next one.